Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be checking out the new JBL wireless Partybox mics. And we're going to be seeing how they sound, how they are to use, and if I think you should buy them. All that soon to come, but if you guys could please hit those like and subscribe buttons, it would really help me out as a small channel. And with all that out of the way, let's get into this. So, starting out strong, what do you get out of these things? Basically, it's a wireless microphone solution. So it comes with two microphones and then the adapter that you can use to plug into either a Partybox speaker or it's a standard 1/4-inch port. So you can just plug this into the back of either stage equipment, sound recorders, or a preamp. So all of those are options, and I'm going to kind of go into all those later. But overall, that's what it is. It's all rechargeable, so even this thing does take power, so it's USB-C and it's got a little battery in there. But at a base level, that's pretty much what all this stuff is. Let's get started into how does this stuff sound. And actually, pretty good. So what I'm going to do is plug this into the back of my sound recorder, and you'll get a real recording of exactly what this thing sounds like. So I now have it directly connected to the audio recorder. I will say that I had to crank it to 100% because there's no preamp, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a direct idea of what these things sound like without a preamp and all of that other stuff. I will next be putting it in the preamp, so we will run that test now. Hey guys, so this is now with the preamp. So there's no processing. I turned all of that off. And if you want processing, I mean, it's obviously variable based off how I process or what settings I have versus what settings you have. But that is pretty much how it will sound when it's amplified correctly and not just directly inserted into the recorder. So this is just another test. Hopefully it sounds pretty good to you. I think it normally sounds pretty good. But let me know what you think in the comments. That's all I have for this test, though. So as you can tell, it does actually sound pretty solid. It's definitely not the most amazing thing. You're not going to be recording your next hit song on this, but that's not really what this is for. It's more of either adding in karaoke functionality or what I would guess is a lot of like maybe churches or big event spaces could use something of this tier because it is around $100 and it's a pretty premium experience for that $100, but it's not the professional level where you get to like Shure and all that stuff where it's like stupid expensive. But yeah, I think it would do a pretty good job at that level. There is a fair amount of feedback protection and it does its job. Like the microphones themselves feel very solid. They are plastic, but the top housing is metal. And they've got little rubber bumper guards on them. They're branded pretty well and they're all rechargeable. So I think especially if you wanted to just run something at a smaller scale, but you still wanted a somewhat premium product, I think these would do a great job. They have a fair bit of range. I've walked around my house and stuff with them and they connected the entire time. So obviously it will diminish the further you go. But if you're in a large enclosed room, I think you'd probably be fine. And that's realistically where I see these things being used. They're definitely not going to be used for like professional recording or anything like that. So I wouldn't be too concerned. As for the actual ease of use, it's relatively easy. All you do is you press this button here to start the connection on this. And then you press the connection button here, and then they just link, even both of them at the same time. One thing I will say is there's not individual level control. So if one person is talking a lot louder than the other person or something like that, you can't like make this one louder and this one quieter. So that is a little bit of a drawback, but basically there's no options and it just works, which normally is a great thing. But like in that one situation, for example, it's a little bit of a drawback. So I would definitely keep that in mind if that's something that you really are concerned about. But other than that, it's a relatively seamless experience to use these things. They work really well. They're not super complicated and they feel very premium in the hand. So if you're trying to like start your own event planning or karaoke thing, I think that these would be a good purchase. If you have any other questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I always try to respond as best I can. And if not, someone else sometimes has information. But that's pretty much all I have for today. If you guys have any other things you want to let me know, just let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.